my TV has software. That sucks. Oh, it kills me. It kills me. It just gets me. I don't know if I have any cameras at all. There I am. Oh, it went away. It went away. Hello, everyone. Hello. Good to see you all. I'm James Drew, and I've been busy. I'm still busy. I'm busy writing code. I've been silent, not necessarily because I want to be, but because the calories are required. Still going through those calories now. And is that thing coming on there yet? No, it's not. So I just wanted to do a quick shout out, say hello. Hope you guys are having a great morning. Welcome. You're welcome to More Alongside the Airship and say hello. Some of you don't know, I've been working a lot of code in the background. Former programmer. Find the art pretty addicting. And have had this vision in mind that for many years now that there would be an application that you could download or access that would allow you to watch some of the slides that I present in the show and reference those and play along during the live stream, even something as interactive as that. And it's a big goal. It's been a lot of work in my mind mostly, and it's been a lot of stops and starts where I get way into it, but then it's such an overwhelming project. Seriously, writing a 3D game is a genre. It's kind of like running a marathon. Certain things that you do, and doing that right is a lot of work. And I found myself lately very possessed by the idea of why have I not finished that software? Actually, mainly having to do with the wonderful folks at Astronosis who invited me to come and do a talk this summer, which I did. I loved coming. I loved preparing the talk. It was a great group of people, fantastic ideas that were spread. I highly recommend it. I'm not muted. And all those things. And I was super busy on the software then. I was on the cusp of cuspness. At the time, I didn't know that it was on the cusp of being on the cusp of something, right? I thought that I was on the cusp, like the cusp, right? The cuspid. I wonder if that's why they call them the cuspid, the teeth. I bet you it is. Look it up if you're not sure. Hello, Quantum Baptist. Good to see you. Polorable. Good to see you. Pies in the house. Ronald. Tricky Woo. Linda. Mash Baby. Eric C. Super Pearl. Roy. Hello. There's more. Kate. I am an intuitive detective and spellbreaker. See, Cat. I am. These are the fine personalities that have moored themselves next to the airship and are flying alongside us on a short little journey, and I do mean short probably. I've got nothing prepared, and I've been losing a lot of subscribers lately. Lost 28. I feel it's because I have not been preparing shows and delivering content, and I feel that it's a bummer that you can't see the things that I'm doing in the background. So it's a thing. It's a thing, guys. It's a thing, but I am enjoying the fuck out of myself and preparing these things for you. And I showed you a short video the other day in reference to some of the progress that I've been doing. Really quick 3-minute video. Sorry, I should have had it played, but I don't have it played here. But it was just showing you some camera work with a chicken. And one of you mentioned that the camera looked like a soul string, and I thought that was really right the frick on because of man, how do I convey this? How do I download this? First of all, welcome to James True Live. Good to see you. Second of all, I think that we develop technology that slowly brings us towards the truth, even if it's through denial. I just think that's one of the cool things about denial is denial takes you to the truth too. That's one of the reasons why the AI doesn't care if something's a lie or not. It just wants to know what people are telling each other. It's more quantitatively assuming which lies collect the most cults. And so from the computer standpoint, there's really no such thing as a lie. It's just simply information, and information collects witness to a certain place. And I've looked at the reality of consciousness as being this way for a long time now, that excuse me, that the landscape is not flat Earth, although I like that model. I think it's important just to like try something else. But the landscape is actually conscious Earth. It's a landscape of consciousness. And so the landscape actually has a shape that you can kind of see when you start to just look at the levels of consciousness that are all around you. And I consider a rock a conscious being. How do I know that? Because a rock understands when it's wet. It's like, I'm wet. It doesn't care. It's fine. Rocks are like, it's cool. But its symbiotic nature is understanding of wetness. It remembers the wetness. The matter itself remembers. This is so hard for us to understand because we haven't stepped away from consciousness yet. Thank you so much for watching James Jew Live. Hit like if you want or not. It's okay. I'm just glad you're here. But so much of us seem to think that there's a threshold where consciousness exists and it doesn't. And I want you to think about that anything that can store time is actually consciousness. A rock can store what happened to it because you can get a rock wet, and the rock will look wet until it's no longer wet. And that is the extent of its conscious memory. Its digestion of time itself is sentient intelligence. The digestion of time itself is, in fact, consciousness. Right? Right? Yeah. My nostrils are looking at you. That's right. Why nostrils? Because the truth, they say, it comes through the nose, man. There's no hiding from the nose. You cannot hide from the smell of truth, man. You know this is true. This is why I smell horrible. I am stinking with truth. And that's why you watch me, because you're like, hey, I don't have to smell the guy. I can watch him on TV. I prefer it this way. You and I have a symbiotic relationship. Some would say, no, do not go. This is the Continental. Please, come back. I just want to rub some oil on you. No, please, come back. Seriously, I just meant metaphorical oil. Metaphoricals be with you. And so we're working on this software to stop me from entering into accental associations. And so I began to associate in certain accents, and I began to speak as this person. And this is very much in theme with what I'm talking about. So this is an accidental thing, but I'm actually using it because this fiber that someone spoke about, the fiber connecting the chicken to the camera, the third-person chicken camera showed the perspective of the chicken from outside the chicken's self. The chicken understood itself from third person. You and me, we talk about cavemen, and we say, me ugh, right? But first person is I. So first person is I ugh, right? But when we speak of cavemen, we say me ugh. We do not joke and say I ugh, right? This is me in an accent doing another accent of caveman. Do you see how complex this is? This is layers upon layers upon layers. This is where we're going here. I don't know how we're going. I don't know why, but this is what's happening. So, this soul camera, the ability to step outside of oneself, to zoom out from chicken's skull and see the back of chicken, and then to step back and see the environment chicken lives in, is to associate with entire environment, yes? You see entire environment, yes. Yes, Rocky is in the room now. Bullwinkle, Squirrel, these are all friends of this accent. These are all things. Does this bother you? I will stop. Tell me to stop. I stop. Okay, good. Brad says it's okay. So this camera, ego camera. You zoom in, you zoom out, remember? You zoom in, you zoom out. And so you become I becomes you becomes me. First person, second person, third person chicken is me chicken. First person chicken is I chicken, right? I chicken. Second person is you chicken, right? To understand another chicken is a level of understanding yourself. Do you understand this? Tell me you understand this. Yes. First person chicken is understand I chicken. Second person chicken is understand there are other me out there. This is to understand self. For me to understand you is to understand myself. Third person chicken, me chicken. Oh my God, what have we just done? Third person chicken. I understand others understanding me. Ugh. Now this is too advanced for caveman. Caveman should say, I hungry. I want. I zog. Zog go clubbing. Yes? To me women. He go clubbing. This language is telling you dimensionality. It's telling you the dimensionality of you the same way a rock is telling you the dimensionality of consciously feeling the wetness of the rain. The iciness of the cold. A rock gets cold, it stays cold. You put a rock around a fire, it stays hot. Why does it do that? Ding, ding. The answer is consciousness. That's why it does it. That's why it does it. It does it because of consciousness. That's right, Reef Franklins. That's right. So, in this quest for the app, I've been learning to have third person versus first person. And this is philosophically made me go, this is fascinating. And I started to think about who we are. I love my body. I love my body. I'm touching it right now. I am. I can't help it. I'm inside my body. I'm touching it. You're touching your body all the time. So am I. Get over yourself. I love my body, but the body is actually the vehicle that I am occupying the same way a chicken is seeing third person and occupying the area around itself. It understands itself as the area that it sees. Everything that you can digest in the world through all your sensory input is exactly who you are. It's exactly who you are. It's nothing more. And I want you to imagine who you are is simply light. And wherever light shines is wherever you are aware of what you see. Therefore, you are simply seeing yourself reflected into the conscious nature of not the external world, bitch, but yourself. Yourself. Remember, this is why we talk about the cellular hallucination, because if you were the nucleus, then you are inside yourself, which means the only parts that you can ever see of the world are yourself. You have access to everything in the world through ion channels, but actually everything that you see and perceive is from the nucleus looking out into yourself. This is the cosmology. So I, you, and me. First person, second person, third person. These are dimensions of reality, because reality is where you are and where you meet yourself all around you. So in relation to this video game, see, this is all related to the video game we're working on. This is why it takes a while, because I fucking think about stuff like this. And you're just like, oh God, fuck. Now you gotta figure out what the dimensionalities, and it's actually easier than you think. I've been spending a lot of time on it though, but it's the crystal. It's the crystal. The immovable crystal is the geometric Platonic realm. The Platonic realm is simply the infinite stillness that comes from all knowing. Oof. Crystals, if they know everything, then they do not understand wetness. Do you understand? You could maybe grip onto this jet stream by claiming that a fish doesn't understand water, but I want you to do in the reverse. The fish The fish understands water because water is everything, everything. And so the fish admits to himself that I do understand water. The scope of what I understand is complete. I've completed myself. I fish. I am fish. I am fish. Fish need no you. Fish has no memory. A fish has reactionary static. This is capacitors. Capacitors of don't go that way. Capacitors of if you see this squiggly fucking line, I want you to turn around and poop and swim as fast as you can the other way. These are capacitors. Capacitors, something that's been stored a long time ago. Information wrapped in paper. That's all a capacitor is. Information wrapped in paper that's been separated. That's the only thing special about it. It's been keep them separated. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. And all this power's there. And we will be harnessing gravity through capacitors. I guarantee it. Maybe we already do. Okay, fine. Yeah, we probably do. That's cool. That's cool with me. I got no beef with people out there harnessing gravity. You know, I think I'm harnessing gravity right now. I think that consciously, if we were like wandering around and we didn't have a static two-dimensional textured world, a landscape, right? A mesh landscape. And that mesh landscape wasn't populated with trees, there would be there would not be an infinite plane between forever and forever where all of us would naturally want to meet. This is important. This is importanto, right? Long John Silver, his sidekick was importanto. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You learned it here first on James True Live. Thank you for watching James True Live. Hope everyone's doing great. Good to see everybody. Fish moths eat paper. Never forget that, people. You can be a fish too, Grant. You already are a fish. All of us are fishing. Now, fission. All of us are fission. Now, what happens if I hit this button? Okay. And what happens if I hit this button? Okay, so in reference to this whole character thing, I don't need this screen because that camera's not going to come on. In reference to this whole character thing, I'm like, well, you know, this is first person dude, right? Or third person, same thing. He's just like the chicken. But this is not who I am. In fact, I don't always want to be this guy, nor do I always want to be the chicken. All right? So, I want to show you, this is all progress. I swear this is progress, okay? Just because I built a hovercraft does not mean this is not work related, okay? I can hear some of you guys are already like, but in order for this slideshow app to work right, okay, so a game always has, you're kind of forced to always drive, okay? You're kind of forced to. And so you're sort of busy, basically. And I don't want a game that's busy, right? I don't want to do that. I want to create a slideshow, and I want the slideshow to create a world, and I want that world. Okay, I'm not driving anymore. Right now, you're watching a jet stream. The jet stream is now pulling my hovercraft along. Okay, so the hovercraft is now. In fact, I can actually rotate around and kind of do some little drifting. Look at that. Doing some hovercraft drifting there. And so as I'm going to different places along the way, right, these slides, and right now the slides aren't showing up because I'm still working on this, guys. This is still working on it. But I want you to think about something. If you were to eject from the hovercraft, first of all, I really should have thought about that because now I can't get the hovercraft. I'm going to have to run to get that. We're going to have to work on. I need to build the hovercraft. Look at the hovercraft go. Man, I should not have done that. You know, if I waited long enough, could be that thing will come back around again. Maybe it will. I need to add the jet ski feature where, if you fall off, the thing turns to the right? That would be good, right? That'd be good. But here's the point. This is not who I am. This character right here, this is not really who I am. This is the vehicle that I'm in. It's a body. But it's a vehicle that I'm in. It's not actually who I am. The same way that when I was driving the hovercraft, which was really fun, right? I mean, we were going really fast. I should not have ejected, but that really isn't who I am either. I'm neither the vehicle nor am I the hovercraft. And it's got me thinking a lot in reference to this game. And so in order to create the game, I wanted to create the perfect character, or the character that seemed to make the most sense to me. And it's not really someone who's driving an airship. It's not really someone in a hovercraft. It's not even an airship. None of those things are really who I am. Excuse me. I'm trying to find the menu. Doesn't show. There it is. There it is. Open recent scene. Let's go to Mr. Chicken. We don't need to save that. So I've been thinking about who I am. And so I've been kind of coming up with this. So who I am really is a platonic solid of light. I'm a conceptual perfection. I don't mean that to sound arrogant. But like this is, go away, chicken. This is really more about who I am. And so as I navigate the world, it's my consciousness itself that is able to imbue the world and to see things around it. And so if this is who I am, then I could enter into, instead of entering into a hovercraft, I could enter into a living creature, like a chicken. So I've kind of been rewriting the code a little bit here because I want, the character is not the pilot that you saw in the helmet. The character is not the hovercraft. The character is actually this light, conscious light. And what happens as God is that God can compassionate all the needs and wants of a chicken. And by imbuing himself as the chicken, he can live life on the landscape as that chicken. And he can go into other chickens and kind of do the same thing. So the goal here, we are really close. We're really close to the goal here. First of all, there's another chicken. Where'd the other... Did that chicken fall in the pit? Hang on a second. No. There's another chicken around here. We lost a chicken, ladies and gentlemen. Can you just give me a sec? I'm worried about this guy. There's supposed to be 3 chickens. There he is. Let's just get him back. He's gonna... You know, something's gonna happen to him. We're just gonna get him back. So, now that you can possess the chickens, then the game is really not, it's not really being a certain person. The game is being this wisp, this conscious entity. And so you can peruse, the only way you could drive a hovercraft is if you possessed a person that could drive a hovercraft. I mean, maybe a chicken could drive a hovercraft. I do not know. I don't mean to insinuate that chickens can't drive hovercrafts, right? It could be. Could be they're better at it. I don't know, right? But you get it. So this is where we're at, folks. This is where we're at. I think that this isn't going to take a lot more away from the show as it has lately. It's just that when you first put these things together, you kind of just need to instill all your calories into a central location and then just get everything set. So the goal is this airship behind me is fully steerable, and but the only way, here's the cool part about the game, I think. Because you're a wisp, you can't actually touch the world. You can't. You're a conscious being, but you do not have a vehicle to touch the world. Just like the hovercraft can touch the airstream, just like the vehicle, the pilot can touch the terrain with their feet, so too do you need a vehicle. An avatar and a vehicle are the same. We don't understand that yet. And fashion, clothing, the things that we wear, the house that we put ourselves in, are slowly training us to learn that skill, to learn the skill of occupying vehicles, to associate into something as large as an airship, and to become the whole thing. And when you put on roller skates, you feel this because after a while you kind of associate into the axles. And by associating into the axles, I don't think you associate into the wheels. In fact, if you remember when you roller skate as a kid, if you were to hit the floor, you would actually notice that you don't really feel consciously like you're hitting yourself, but you do feel that in the axle itself. I personally think this has something to do with the fact that the wheels are always spinning, and that the way that you associate into something is through time. This is why when you buy a new shirt, it doesn't feel you yet. It requires a certain amount of time. This time is a variable, depends on how well you associate into something, right? But basically, this is the gist of it. So, time itself is a conscious, I'm not saying it's an entity, although I think it's a giant Quetzalcoatl. I think the fucking snake is digesting us, and that time is the experience of that digestion. Because the magic is being put into its belly, Quetzalcoatl. We are the magic in Quetzalcoatl's belly. We are that magic. And so, in order for us to be seen as magical, we would need to be digested by a god that is living off of our pure magic. And that magic is our conscious sentience through time. That's what's going on. Yes, Willie O Wisp. Very good, B. Very good. Very good. So that's all I got for now. I'm going to 5:30. Yeah, I'm going to sign off, but I want to thank you for helping me with the channel. Thank you for helping me with the show. Really appreciate patrons. I don't know how patrons are feeling right now. I've been really nervous, honestly, because I've just been, every moment I've just been working on this software. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. But maybe if I put out little 3-minute updates, maybe that'll make everything feel cooler. Plus, I'm kind of addicted right now. I have to get this out. I have to. And it's kind of the perfect time because I'm already not in the mindset of creating shows. I feel like I've already told you guys get this, but I think you're going to love this. I do. I think it'll be fun because you'll be able to possess a chicken. Guys, you're going to be able to wander around and possess a chicken. If the chicken wants, maybe the chicken can get in the hovercraft, and then the hovercraft can, come to the airship. So the slideshows really will end up being just the excuse that there will be different portals that you would visit inside of this app. The slideshows themselves you'll about to find aren't necessarily have anything to do with my show. It's just that I have a lot of slideshows. And so much of my time has been put into those slides. And if they were in this 3D app, it would be pretty cool. And there's a lot of other cool stuff that could be incorporated in there. And this could actually be the very thing that would actually help the show along. As far as like a merchandise thing, is that, maybe I'm telling you too much about behind the scenes right now. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but I just want to know what's going on. I'm really excited. I love what I do. Love that I get to do this with you guys. If there were two of me, I'd be doing a show and the software at the same time, but there's not. And so I'm having to pick, and I'm choosing this. I'm choosing the chicken. But I'm so stoked about bringing this to you. And I don't want to bore you with progress. That's why the progress updates are only going to be sort of like 3 or 4 minutes. Like I don't know. I don't want to commit to it, but it's like we'll see how you take it. I appreciate you parlaying my content, even if it's not for you or even if it is for you. Either way, it's fun. But yeah, I'm having fun. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys. Thinking about, so if you're wondering, when you get back to the show, not only does the slideshow, here's why I want to possess chickens. Because the game requires you to always be active. I want you in this game, in this world, to be able to possess a chicken, and now you're living just like you saw. I just showed you the proof of concept right there on James True Life. See, I like to show, not tell. This is why I don't tell you these things earlier. Sometimes I blow that, but I'd rather show you than tell you. So this proof of concept was to show you that what I want you to be able to do in the app is to possess an avatar, and now the avatar is showing you the world. The camera is in their eyes now. And so you're associating into that. So the backdrop of the show or the app at all times is basically just a vista of consciousness where you're looking at things from. One of those vistas would be inside a cockpit on the airship. I think ultimately that's what this, my little office, this physical space, could actually look like that airship cockpit. And then I was thinking this window would be like what it looks. So when you're looking out this window, you're actually looking into that app. And if the app went multiplayer, oh, guys, if the app went multiplayer, one of you could fly alongside the airship and moon me. You could moon the whole fucking show live on the air if we went multiplayer. Now, multiplayer is such a butt rape when it comes to like how hard that is. It's just a pain in the ass. Ugh. But it can be done. It can be done. But it's not here right now. We're going to start with single player. We're going to start this right. However, it'll be single player and you'll be able to access all these different worlds because you'll be able to build them too. By the way, this thing browses your local hard drive too. So, because I'm lazy and I don't have time to make a slideshow, you actually can give it a folder. And if there's a whole bunch of images in the folder, it places them in a tour and you can fly the airship around the tour and go real slow. And so you're just on you're on a jungle cruise. Except there's no pygmies shooting poison arrows at you, The worst they're doing is they're bringing out mangoes, going, hey, you want mango? And you're like, I want mango. And you're like, you don't take mango, we shoot you a poison dart. And you're like, oh, this is weird. You didn't know that's how it works, did you? You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that. Do you realize how brilliant pirates are where they're just like, yeah, man, let's bring fruit. How do we rob this sailboat? We will dress ourselves in the camouflage of fruit. And we will ride alongside them. And we will say, hey, do you want to buy some fruit? And they're not here to sell you fruit. And the whole time you're like, oh, I don't want to be rude. Hey, man, I don't want to be rude. And the whole time you're just like, fuck, should I shoot him with this flare gun? And then the whole time they're like, is he going to shoot me with a flare gun? And then the whole time you're like, man, what if I just buy the mangoes? And then the dude's like, if you just buy this fucking mango for like $30, I won't fuck with you anymore. And I just told you how your immune system works. James, you did not. Yes. I just told you how your immune system, that's how your immune system works. You're living in anarchy right now and you're having this same relationship with your government. They're like, hey, you want this mango fruit? And you're like, oh, fuck, should I shoot the government with a flare gun? And the government's like, bump stocks make flare guns a lethal terrorist weapon. And then you're just like, what am I? It's the same fucking thing. That's how the immune system works. That's how your immune system works. That's why you're like, hey, can we get a bunch of you dead skin cells to die, but like place your bodies in a certain bunker so that we can like stack up and build resistance from the outside world? Are you guys cool with that? And like a lot of people are like, yeah, man, thank you for your service. I want to feel the worth of being dead skin. That's Hathor, like before they're Hathor, right? Actually, it could be it's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine which level is inside of which level, right? which egg is inside of which egg, which, you know, wedget is inside of which kedget, right? Who put the kedget in the wedget? All right? Ka, right? So, if this game takes off, I want you to picture one more thing, okay? The wisp is the ka. It is the spirit. This is why this game is so fucking brilliant, because it's going to teach you all about these immune system, different electrical fields. Trust me, this is going to be fucking amazing, okay? Like a butt crack mode I was thinking about. Like if your character is a butt crack mode, that's just showing you that there's a certain field. And if we had the fieldings placed at different colors, anyway, I'm getting off track. I should write this down about butt crack mode. But the point is that when you leave your body, what if the body was to enter into this pose? Like if you left the chicken or before you entered the chicken, this is an Egyptian pose of Ka. And so you would be the root of your lotus. This is you saying, I'm the root, living in the mud, and I'm sending my spirit up the chute to find the surface to live elsewhere. And that's what the wisp is. The wisp is the ka. The ka of the chicken is the will of the wisp. The will of the wisp. See? The will of the wisp. The conscious flow is where you go. Where you put your consciousness is where you put your paintbrush. Where you put your consciousness is where you put your paintbrush. Where you put your consciousness is where you put your paintbrush. Thank you for watching James True Live.